Okay, now we got Ruby Rose. Oh, man. So there's some updates on Ruby Rose right now, on all the stuff that's happening right here. First off, I do want to tell you guys about, there is an article on Screen Rant that you guys should check out. Let me, boop, boop. All right, so this article right here that was written by Mr. Stephen Colbert, which you guys know who that is. I love the fact that there's a Metallica ad for me right there. It says, he just wrote this article right here that says, WB needs to fix their repeated failure to resolve claims of toxicity. And then you got the initial description of this article. It says, Warner Brothers has failed to create a culture that prevents or resolves toxic workplace issues leading to multiple high-profile complaints. So go check that out. Steven did a pretty damn good job when it came to like kind of breaking down a lot of the issues that are happening with Warner Brothers right now. But let's go back to Twitter right here, and we'll see some of those. Whoops, I typed in Twitter. Ruby Rose. Yeah, let's go right here, and we can kind of just go in and see more of the stuff she was actually saying right here. She basically went to her Instagram again and decided to be like, hey, I'm going to start calling out some people right before she goes to bed, by the way, which is kind of funny. Off to bed, but deciding between releasing Caroline, she called her out. Caroline, I forgot what her last name was, but apparently somebody who, somebody who's, of course, overseeing some of the shows that happen on Warner Brothers TV. But she says, by deciding between releasing Caroline's emails about not being an LGBT activist or feminist, but saying she could be one for others through the show, i.e. monetizing gays, is how she found the desire to make people feel included, quotes. Or the email exchanges when I did leave, and the truths in that from all three of them let me give them time to act privately, which is all I wanted, mediation, not litigation. Appropriately, which should be fast considering when I went to hire a litigation lawyer, Greg had hired them all. Interesting. So here's something from Ruby Langenheim. I love my crew. They just can't speak out because NDAs. So this is something from the crew of Batwoman right here. It says, copy that. Also, last night I was on set, absolutely catastrophic. I don't know if it's Drummond or what or who or how, but people are yelling at each other and walking off set, and it was so stressful. Eddie was like a piece of Scotch tape on the side of the Titanic. This might sound like a very strange ask, but is there a way to have a no yelling at crew or production or anyone rule on set? Just a no yelling rule. That's a Joe Roth rule on his films, just to keep the love and patience up, the morale up. It's stressful and hard enough on the crew and actors pulling all-nighters and 16-hour days and 14-hour camera days without people losing their temper and getting aggressive. I felt like I had to be the comedic relief for cast and crew and camera and the whole room, which is fine, but I'm too tired, and it just makes all of our jobs a little harder. So that was sent from right there. So yeah, interesting. And the actress, and then she wrote right here, also as a showrunner who I went to about a no yelling memo and then offload it to a director who wasn't even directing that episode. Also, a PA got a concussion that day, and an extra got hit in the head with a crane. What the hell is happening on this set? So right here, Jerry told me about that. I'm relieved to hear you found a way to keep some the way to keep some relief, because usually it's the number one doing the yelling. The number one doing the yelling at the crew unnecessary 100 times. I have never had to raise my voice at work once in my career. People need coping skills. Holly, how do you deal with this? From what I gleaned, it was Dermont and a reaction and stress time crunch. Jeez. That's just getting freaking crazy right there, man. It's getting pretty crazy. Yeah, so she posted that kind of stuff. Let's see what else. P.S. I still shot those covers. How silly to think I had an option. More on that tomorrow. I didn't do it for me. I didn't need them. I'd already shot the previous EW cover, but 6 days after surgery was when they wanted me to shoot. Oofed. Those emails those emails are heartbreaking, but to say a lot. So she's still talking about a lot of the stuff. She's posting emails and whatnot. Wait until the busiest time of the season, crossovers, to investigate my injury, only to threaten me the whole time. I spent a week getting zero sleep, collecting all x-rays, emails, professionals' opinions, only for my team to later be told they have decided to end the investigation before the PI finalizes the report and not share the outcome. So there's just all kinds of stuff that's happening. She's posting this right here. Elise was an actual PA. The person in that article isn't on call, isn't on one call sheet. I checked 3 months worth. And it says right here, Warren walked off set. Also, I knew about Elise, and I kept trying to get her to get help, and she wouldn't. It was bad. Caroline sent me an email, and I haven't responded yet because I feel like I need to really say my piece. This is awful. Also, traffic, so horrific. I'm going to be late. I'm stressing. Yeah, if you work in LA, it's definitely going to be stressing. Warner Brothers Television has stepped in to defend actor Dougray Scott after his Batwoman co-star Ruby Rose made further accusations via social media. So, of course, we have Warner Brothers defending right here and says, here's a quote right here. We condemn the comments made by Ruby Rose about Dougray Scott. Warner Brothers has found Mr. Scott to be a professional. Pure professional, and never received any allegation against him of bullying or abusive behavior on his part. Mr. Scott was greatly respected and admired by his colleagues and was a leader on set. Warner Brothers Television did not pick up Ruby Rose's option for an additional season because of multiple complaints about workplace behavior and were extensively reviewed by the studio. So that's what she was kind of talking about too. So it's a complete shit show over there. She has emails. She has screenshots. She's posting them all over the place. I think it's funny. I think it's pretty fantastic. Keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. I mean, I'm not saying that she's totally out of the woods. Yeah, she could have been difficult to work with, 100%. But at the same time, it just seems like, and going to what Steven wrote on Screen Rant, which again, go check that out, guys. Go to Screen Rant, read his article. It's a good piece. It's the fact that Warner Brothers really, when it comes to all this, when it comes to this getting out there into the public, they have difficulty actually handling it. This goes back to, okay, so we're talking about two investigations here. We have the Justice League investigation with Ray Fisher. You have this investigation to Batwoman. And it seems like when these investigations happen, they're not being handled correctly. They're not being handled correctly. And then all of a sudden it's just like, yeah, we're good. We're just going to go ahead and sweep this underneath the couch. Is that okay? Under the rug? Just sweep some of this stuff. We don't need this heat right now. We're trying to keep this show afloat because, you know, why not? It's Batwoman. We got to keep it afloat because it's what people want. Who cares about what the ratings say? Jesus. Because weren't the ratings like shit anyways? I mean, God, I don't know. But it just seems like Warner Brothers just constantly like, yeah. Well, and then I like the fact that she said like they hired the investigation to start when they were doing the crossover stuff, which made it a lot harder. So it's like, oh yeah, perfect time. That way, yeah, we're too busy right now. Just fucking whatever, man. It's crazy. Yeah, they're all screwed. Jace, get your shit together, Warner Brothers. We're really hoping that you know, that it was already happening, you know, with the fact that you released Zack Snyder's Justice League. We thought maybe, it's going to head in the right direction. But again, Discovery can't come any sooner. They really can't. David Zaslav, save us from this fucking mess.